Hello pretties, welcome back to my channel, and I am back with another unboxing slash review with Flower Nose Midsummer Fairytale collection. You guys, I have been waiting for this for like 2 years. When they came out with Moonlight Mermaid, I was like but then now I was waiting for a fairy vibe collection and it's finally here, so obviously I have to make a little video about the collection. So without further ado, let's get started. So I have the all-in gift set and it came in this beautiful chalk pink or ballet slipper pink color of a dresser with rose gold intricates on it. And honestly, they sent me so much mini puffs and mini stuff that I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do with this? I'm starting off with the paddle brush. I kid you not, when I first opened this, I was really in shock at how intricate the design is. To me, it's just very reminiscent of the Victorian era with a cross of Barbie Fairytopia or Mariposa and 12 dancing princesses for some reason. And that really makes me happy. It just fulfills like my childhood dreams. Moving on, I'm also opening the cleansing balm next, and look how intricate it is. It even has butterfly motifs at the back. Like, how am I gonna throw away the packaging? And you guys, this is the only silver in the whole collection, but the jar itself, guys, is made out of glass, and the lid, it's so detailed that I just literally have no words of like how beautiful it is. The cleansing balm itself has a citrusy scent, which I do enjoy when it comes to cleansing products, just because it makes me feel like it's fresher. The collection came out with 2 perfumes, and this is the Butterfly Narcissus, and I personally prefer this scent over Midsummer Fantasy, just because it has more of the sweeter fruity scents compared to Midsummer Fantasy, which is more citrusy perfume. But I have been advised to layer it, and that actually works well as well, because it just creates this different scent that I do really enjoy. And the perfume bottles is so pretty. It reminds me of the Genevieve's 12 Dancing Princesses Pavilion when they started dancing. And on the website it says it has a matte antique style plating, and yeah, this is one of their prettiest collection of perfumes that I am just like, oh my god, this is so pretty. And these are the clips that came within the collection. It has the butterfly motifs and then the enamel design. So when this was delivered to me, I was slightly panicking that like they would just deliver the furniture only, but good thing like the products are inside, just like how it was in Moonlight Mermaid, because I had a complete different experience when I ordered the Little Angel set. So yeah, if you order the all-in gift set, it will come with the items minus the perfume. Starting off with the highlighters, they came out with 4 shades and 2 are multi-chromes, and I'm very impressed with these liquid highlighters, as I think this is their first ever liquid highlighters that they came out with any of the collection, if I am accurate. So the first 2 shades, Moonlight Swing and Sunset Forest, are your normal highlighters, whereas Pixie Dream and Fairy Whisper are multi-chromes. Now the Moonlight Swing is a pearly cream silver, and the Sunset Forest is a bronze highlighter, which honestly is perfect for the summer. And the Pixie Dream has a line of rose and gold flecks onto it, as you can see here of the shift. And then lastly, the Fairy Whisper is pink, lilac, and mint transition, but honestly I see more of like the yellow, as you guys can see on this shift. Like, it really shifts into the color yellow and green. What I also found out with these highlighters is once it's set, it doesn't budge, but then it gives you a lot of time to blend everything into place on your face. So really, like, this is a really good quality liquid highlighter, and I definitely would recommend it to you guys if you like these type of liquid highlighters. Moving on, we've got the 3 palettes in the collection, and I'm also including the Eyebrow version of Fairy Melody just because I wanted both colors to compare. So Hazel Fawn, the first palette, is a cool toned shadows. The only shade in this palette that didn't swatch well on my arm is the lightest shade, which is a given. I'm not really fussed about it because I could always just layer it onto my eyes. The second palette in this collection is called Floral Hermitage, and it's described as a soft warm pink. The third palette in this collection is Fairy Melody, which has your forest greens and gold. I was really excited for the shade. And then the turbo version of Fairy Melody, which has your muted pastel colors. So I'm just gonna swatch all of the colors within the 4 palettes that I have within my collection, and honestly guys, this is the most outstanding eyeshadow quality that Flower Notes has ever come out, and I am really impressed by that. Like low-key, I didn't expect these eyeshadows to pop like this in just one swatches, and I can't describe the shimmer on this, but it's still sheer, but the way I swatched it in one go, it gives like a very even distributing. So I'm just really impressed. This is now the second palette, which is the Floral Hermitage, and as you can see, this is the palette that you can use every day if you want like a little warmth, or if you wanted to do a little K-beauty eye look moment on your face. This is really good, and I am going to use this as my everyday makeup when I'm going to the office kind of vibe. And the mattes are buttery soft, so I really cannot complain how good this is. Moving on to Fairy Melody, which had the forest greens in the global version palette. It is so pretty, and the green is a little bit more sheer on my skin, but honestly doesn't bother me. Also, like, look how pigmented this forest green is on my finger, and when I swatched it, I was really amazed. Now the darkest shade appears like a swampy green on the pan, but it looks a little bit like an olivey gray tone on my skin, which I'm not really bothered about because like it really looks pretty. And if you can see, it's reminiscent of like the one of the palettes from Moonlight Mermaid, but it is very different. So these are the eyeshadow palettes and the swatches side by side, and I am so sorry guys, I forgot to do this on like the turbo version, but even the turbo version of like the muted pastels, it is opaque on my skin. Like it takes like, you know, like 2 swatches or so, but I was really amazed of like how it actually appeared on my medium skin. Like I'm not exactly pale, so for them to do this as well for the turbo version, I'm just really impressed. Like even that purple literally came out on my skin. Like what in the world? Like I'm just so amazed. Also this muted grayish blue, I have been loving this type of vibe. It really reminds me of like the spring colors, and the shimmers in this palette specifically is one of like the prettiest glimmering shimmering shadows I have ever swatched in my entire life. And yeah, she's gonna be in my eyes a lot guys, like yeah. Overall, I will be grabbing these palettes this summer just because of like the quality is so much better, and also the packaging is so amazing, so it's like best of both worlds. Moving on to the eyebrow palettes, I don't think I should be swatching these, but I will swatch it for the sake of this video anyways. So the collection came out with 3 eyebrow powder palettes, and they are Latte Brown, which is a warm tone, Cold Brew Tawny, which is a cool tone, and then your Apricot Rose, which is a warm auburn. Now I haven't used Latte Brown, but I have used Cold Brew Tawny on my eyebrows, and I'm so sorry guys, but it is not appearing on my eyebrows, which is a little bit sad, but I'm gonna have to give it a little go, like wet it maybe. And then Apricot Rose, which is the warm auburn, actually appeared on my eyeshadow, so I might actually just bring it with me if I'm going somewhere and I need like just a no makeup look. It's a really good multitasking product. So overall, as you can see in the swatches, Latte Brown is the most pigmented out of all of the 3 palettes. And actually I lied, I have tried the Latte Brown to draw my eyebrows, and that one appears on my skin. So I would recommend picking up Latte Brown if you guys are into eyebrow powders instead of eyebrow pencils. Personally for me, I'm more of an eyebrow pencil girly, so I'll probably be using this as like an eyeshadow or maybe a contour, because these are really good for contouring your nose. Like, it is a multitasking palette, so I am not fussed. Also, the packaging is really pretty. Moving on to the blushes, is everybody excited for this one? I feel like they came out with really good blushes in this collection. So they have 5 shades, and one is called Blooming Days, 2 is Dreamy Butterfly, 3 is Ballet Fairy, 4 is Summer Blossom, and 5 is a Valley Lily. So Blooming Days is described as an apricot coral, as you can see from this little close-up situation. And then Dreaming Butterfly is a fuchsia pink, and she is so pretty, and she is more cool toned in real life. There is a different version for Taba, but I didn't pick that up because I'm tan, so I'm not gonna risk it. And she appears more baby pink on me. Ballet Fairy, on the other hand, is described as a frosty peach, and as you can see, if you don't have both blushes of Blooming Days and Ballet Fairy side to side, you might think they're similar, but they actually aren't similar. So I do get like why the other one is described as coral and the other one as peach. Now shade number 4, Summer Blossom, is also described as a tangerine tone. Now I am not really good at describing colors, but when I swatch them, you guys, they look really different. This is the Summer Blossom and Blooming Days that I put side to side. As you can see, one is more pink, and the last shade of Valley Lily is called a taupe nude, which could be both like your matte bronzing situation or maybe contouring. I honestly haven't tried this on me yet, so I'm going to just see how it works for me. But overall, as you can see, the swatches of the blushes appears on my skin color, which I really am happy about, because Little Angel blushes was such a disappointment. I'm so sorry. I know I love Flower Nose, you guys know this, but honestly, Flower Nose Little Angel was just a little bit sad for me. I still use it, but I still get depressed about it because like, oh, where's the pigment gone? But overall, as you can see, the blushes, all of them swatch beautifully on my skin, and it glided really nicely. Overall, it has the same blurring effect when you put it on your cheeks, and I really do like that vibe, aesthetic, whatever you call it, but I really do like that makeup look. If anyone is also curious if Little Cranberry and Dreaming Butterfly are 2 different shades, they are definitely 2 different shades when you put them side by side. As you can see from this comparison, Cranberry is much more mauve, while Dreaming Butterfly is a cool tone baby pink on my little swatch, so take it as you will. Overall, I'm very happy with the blushes that they came up with this collection, because there's more color pigment rather than the white base that most of the previous collection have. And if you are on my same skin tone range, then definitely pick this up because you wouldn't be really disappointed. Lastly, these are the lip lacquer jellies. I like to call them jellies for some reason, and they have 9 different shades within this lip collection. Personally, there is no red, unfortunately, so I am a little bit sad on that. So I'm starting off with the white bottles, which is shades 1 till 3. The first shade is Alice, which is described as a milky apricot. Second shade is called Little Flower Fairy, which is a cool peach nectar shade. And then the third shade is Firefly, which is described as a lychee auburn, which is basically warm red. And then shade number 4 is To the Moon, which is a muted neutral pink. Freesia, which is another muted candy pink. And then Bluebell, which is a mauve cool toned. Shade number 7 is called Lullaby, and it's described as an almond nude shade. Shade number 8 is Mystery Island, which is such a very interesting description. It's a cocoa milk tea shade. And then last is Dream Voyager, which is the warm tone mahogany rose. And these are all the swatches. I'm also including an iPhone video, and this is shot in an iPhone 14 Pro camera, so you guys can see the difference of the shades. Now, this is described as a non-transferable glossy lip lacquer. As you guys can see in here, I use a vase because that's the only thing that I have, and some shades transferred on the glass, but the others is this clear film instead, which I think is really cool. Overall, I am really enjoying the lip lacquers in this collection. I just really wish that they have more shade range, like red, or it's not just a simple undertone, because it would have been more fun that way. Moving on, these are just the mirrors that came within the collection. The 3 different colors are white, pink, and mint. I just really love the design of the mirrors this time around, because it's something different. It has a matte pink gold detailing, and then the enamel, and obviously the abalone shells in the middle, and also the butterfly motifs on the handle is such an amazing touch. Overall, I'm very happy with the way the accessories turned out. These are also the brushes. You guys, I recommend these brushes out of all of the brushes in Flower Nose, because they are angled brushes and then they tapered at the edge, which will give you this diffuse soft look on your cheeks. Now onto my little cons within this collection. So Hazel Fawn's middle shimmer shadow is lifted when it came to me, and I tried pressing it down, but I'm just too scared to ruin the design, so I guess I'm just never gonna take this out to travel. Next is the inconsistencies of the doe foot applicator on the lip lacquers. As you guys can see, this one came out flat, and I thought it was a new doe foot applicator from Flower Nose, but then on the others, as you can see here, it's their traditional slanted one, which I really like. So I just think it's just that quality control of making sure that everything is uniform. It doesn't bother me, but it's just something to keep in mind. And lastly, for the all-in gift set, they didn't include the gift box, even though on the previous all-in gift sets that I have, I also have their matching gift boxes, which is such a letdown, because if you're paying at least £600 or 500 or so, you kind of want to have everything as a complimentary, and also just another extra protective layer for the perfumes. But overall, I'm really happy with this collection, and Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. I am having my new favorite of Flower Nose releases, and it's the Midsummer Fairytales. And are you guys going to get some of their items? And if you do, leave it down in the comment box.